Welcome to the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. Here's your host, Brien Hanley.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your man, Big B, Brien Hanley. Welcome to Big 12 Insiders. This is your Big 12 recap, hoops recap from Tuesday night. Not a great night for the Big 12, ladies and gentlemen. After a great night the night before, Tuesday, that didn't go well. But that's basketball. I mean, one night you can shoot the lights out and look like the best team in the world. The next night, you can look terrible. Now, it wasn't terrible for the Big 12, so I don't want to act like it was just a terrible evening. But it definitely missed some opportunities that they capitalized on. Did not do that on a Tuesday night. Well, let's get into that here. But before we do, remember, continue to like, follow, subscribe, continue to get into the comments, and always hit the notification bell so you know exactly when Big 12 Insiders content comes out. Look, let's start here. UCF with the win. Again, it wasn't one of the marquee matchups, but they got a win over Quinnipiac, scored 102 points, gave up 91. You know, not great giving up 91, but you score 102. It is what it is. They got a victory. Now, Arizona State, that was a good game. Beating Washington State, a guy had scored over 40 points, but they were able to withstand that. Good for Arizona State. Again, you can't classify Washington State because they're not even in a conference yet. But I still think they have a decent basketball team. I don't think they're an NCAA team. But good for Arizona State. That's a good win. You know what wasn't a good? Now, look, Utah losing to Grand Cayman, come on. What are we doing? And I get that Utah is rebuilding. I totally understand. But you got to be able to find a way to win that basketball game. But you didn't. And whether it's embarrassing or not, I don't know. I don't think Grand Cayman, because, look, Grand Cayman is coached by a good coach in Bryce Drew. I played on way back when. Me and him were on an Indiana All-Star basketball team. He was Mr. Basketball the year that we were seniors in high school. So I know Bryce Drew. I know he comes from a great basketball family, good coach, smart. And he gets guys from bigger programs to go to Grand Cayman. They transfer there. They have a decent basketball team. So not embarrassing, but I still believe Utah should have won the game. Moving on now, some good news. Kansas beating Syracuse 71-60. Good win. Look, Syracuse, I said this the other day. Syracuse is a better basketball team than what people realize. I think they're going to make some noise in the ACC. They're not going to win it, so I don't want you to think in that. And they're going to be a fringe NCAA team. I just think they're going to be better than what people really realize that they are. So that's good for KU. Baylor got the brakes beat off of them, 96-81. The game wasn't that close if you watched it. St. John's put it on Baylor. But again, it's until Baylor gets its full complement of guys, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. That was the thing for me, is that Baylor, again, played 7 guys. It's November, man, and you're playing 7 guys. And I know you have some injuries. You got to be able to find some minutes from somewhere else until guys get back. 7's not enough. We saw it last year with Baylor. 7 is not enough in today's day and age for you to be able to keep up and play back. You're just not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. And when you play good competition, like you played good competition yesterday, you got your brains beat in. So you got to be able to figure that out. But St. John's is really good. Let's not kid ourselves about St. John's. They are really good. Iowa State smacked around Creighton 78-60 without Talon Lipsey. That's a good sign. So I like Iowa State. They're still pushing. Great win. Kansas State got whipped at Indiana 86-69. And it was one of those things that I was afraid of for Kansas State. It's like, first of all, Kansas State already has problems guarding people. And they didn't do that again yesterday. But when, P.J. Haggerty doesn't go off and score 25-plus points, then what do you do? Like, can you find enough scoring somewhere else? Well, it was one of those nights where nobody was making shots. For the most part this season, Kansas State has made shots. On a night they didn't, this is what it can look like because they don't defend. And if you don't defend, you're going to get beat. More times than not, when you don't defend, you're going to get beat. But if you can make your shots, you got a chance. Well, when you don't, then you're always going to lose. And that's what happens when you are trying to outscore everybody. Kansas State's trying to do that this year. And in the night they didn't make any, they get whipped. And they got whipped by Indiana on the road. Houston going down to Tennessee. Now, Tennessee's really good. People tried to bash Tennessee because of their early season schedule, and it was bad. But that didn't mean that they were bad. Just because you don't play against really good competition doesn't mean that your basketball team isn't good. I mean, come on now. And it's so wild that people think that early in the season, oh, man, Tennessee's not any good. They haven't played anybody. Well, okay. I mean, if you're the best team in the world and just because your first 4 games you play against Rudy Poot U, that doesn't mean you're still not the best team in the world. It just means you haven't been tested. That's what it means. And, well, they got tested by Houston, and they passed. I didn't like what I saw out of Houston, to be honest with you. Scoring droughts, didn't like it. They got to get better. But this is part of the thing, and one of the things, they got to find some more scoring from other places. They got to get some inside scoring, if you ask me. Look, Tugler, I know is a defender, but he's got to be able to find some more points. They got to be able to find some more points. And when Emmanuel Sharp's not scoring, they got point double figures from 2 people. That's not going to be good enough to beat most good teams on most nights. And it wasn't last night. So, but I'm not worried about Houston at all. You don't win every single game, especially in November against good competition. You're starting 2 freshmen. They're finding themselves. So it's an opportunity, a learning opportunity, and an opportunity to get better. So, in the marquee games against other Power 4 conferences, K-State was not K-State, the Big 12. I was looking at the K-State score. Big 12, 2-3. So not great. When they went 5-0 the previous night. So got to find a way to bounce back. You start looking at the schedule tonight. Iowa State's got Syracuse. We'll see there. Arizona State against USC. We'll see there. Houston against Notre Dame. Kansas against Tennessee. So we're going to find out, and Baylor, San Diego State, I don't want to say that. Utah's got Ole Miss. So there's some opportunities here, some more opportunities. It's going to be tough, but, again, it's not a defining. I want to make sure that I'm clear because I think, some people had said, well, you're trying to define everybody in November. I go, I have never once tried to define a basketball team in November on how good they are. The only thing that I have said, and I'll continue to say, it's important for Big 12 teams to win these basketball games against other Power 5 competition because, number 1, it's good for individual schools' resumes, and number 2, it's good for the Big 12 resume. That's it. That's the only thing I'm talking about. Continue to get better. These games don't define you by any stretch of the imagination. Do these games define you? It's basketball, man. We got 3 months to go, so it doesn't define you, but the selection committee doesn't care whether it defined you or not. Yes, they put in some stock in the last 10 games that you play. They do put in stock, and they should put in some stock into that. But it always comes back. That's why people can't argue so hard at the end of the season because it's always who did you play and who did you beat? Not necessarily what the net says or anything else. You go by in this because statistics, sometimes you can manipulate it. It's who did you play? Who did you beat? And that's why I love these early season non-conference games when we're going out and challenging ourselves. So it's important. It's important not to define you, but maybe as a measuring stick. But again, resume deposit bank, man. Just put it in the resume, bank these wins. So down the line, hey, you know what? The Big 12 went such and such against the Power 4 or Power 5. Yeah, best conference in the country. Let's see if we can get that title back. We had it for a while. We lost it. Let's see if we can get that back this year. So appreciate everybody, man. Thank you as always, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you for watching the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. This has been a Spirit Street production.